It was in August of 2002 that 13-year-old Grady Wilcox found a dime on the ground in Santa Cruz, California, while riding his bike with his dad, John Wilcox, NMI District President Emeritus for the Northern California District of the Church of the Nazarene. That seemingly random occurrence led to a journey of discovery for Pastor Wilcox. He began to find more and more dimes on that walk, a total of 37 dimes. And it didn't end with that walk. His path began to intersect with more and more dimes, and he began to ask God why it was that this seemed to be happening. And then, in an email newsletter from Nazarene Compassionate Ministries, he read these words: "It only takes 10 cents to feed one person for one day in Ethiopia and Eritrea." And from that, the Dimes for Africa project on the Northern California District NMI was born, and has now spread beyond our district. According to Jeremy Moser, a finance manager for Nazarene Compassionate Ministries, since 2004, over $93,000 have been received from Dimes for Africa projects, with over $68,000 of that coming from Northern California district churches. Those designated funds have gone into the Africa Hunger Fund at NCM and are part of the more than $250,000 given in recent years to hunger abatement programs in East Africa, where political and climate issues have led to the greatest hunger issues. But the problem of hunger has continued to spread, according to the United Nations humanitarian chief, Stephen O'Brien, in a report published in March of 2017. The world faces the largest humanitarian crisis since the United Nations was founded in 1945, with more than 20 million people in 4 countries at risk of starvation and famine. Famine designations have been declared in Yemen, South Sudan, Somalia, and parts of Nigeria. The problem has been made worse by the political disruptions in that area, which have made the cost of feeding those starving people even greater. Sadly, a dime doesn't actually feed a person for a day anymore. The cost is greater, but our method of contributing can be and is still effective. In order to provide comfort to more people, we need more churches to partner with us in this project. So how does this work? How do our dimes that we accumulate from change or that we find on the ground make their way to relieve starving brothers and sisters in Africa? It starts by finding a way to collect the dimes locally. Churches have used different methods: dime socks, piggy banks, jars, among others, to remind us to bring those dimes to church. Some churches do it seasonally, collecting dimes in a single month, often December, while others collect dimes year-round. Crossroads Community Church in Palo Alto does this by having the children decorate jars to take home on the first Sunday of December. We spend that morning learning about the dimes and what they look like, learning about Africa and their specific needs, and praying for their people. Each child leaves with a jar, encouraged to fill it up throughout the month. We spend the month of December reminding adults and children alike to remember to collect their dimes, and on the last Sunday of the month, this special offering is made. It's so great to see everyone come together to participate, from youngest to the oldest alike. After collecting this offering, the children get to be a part of counting them all. What a great visual and learning experience. Now, we do recognize that most of you carry around less change than in the past. With the increased use of credit cards and ATMs, it's much harder to find dimes. If this is the case for you, might we suggest finding and adopting a different method for collection? There are so many ways to do this, and I know this room is full of creative pastors and leaders. I have no doubt that your church can come up with a regular giving habit for this important need on a regular basis. The amount doesn't need to be large to make a big impact when combined with all of our efforts to make a difference. So what are we going to do to meet the need? The truth is that many churches in our district are already participating in Dimes for Africa. For those churches, we're merely asking that you review your method of collection and determine if it's working as well as it could. We then ask that each of these churches continue to participate in Dimes for Africa with a renewed emphasis. And for those churches that have never participated, now is the time to step in and join this project. It makes a difference in the lives of many people in the uttermost parts of the world.